The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Icpc, has linked corruption in the public service to poor living wages of public servants in the country. Speaking at a policy dialogue for stakeholders this Thursday in Abuja, the chairman Icpc, Professor Bolaji Owosonye, stressed on the need for Nigerians to have a robust and equitable living wage policy that will address the current socio-economic reality facing the country. Clevis Gloria Atta was there and now tells us more.
A living wage is defined as the minimum income necessary for a worker to meet their basic needs and that of their families, such as food, housing, education, healthcare, transportation, clothing, and other essential needs, including provisions for unexpected events. Over the years, the federal government has rolled out a number of policies and regulations guiding the minimum wage for workers in the private and public sectors. But unfortunately, little or no attention has been paid to their actual living wages. According to the chairman, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, Icpc, Professor Bolaji Owosonye, the continuous negligence of this all-important area has further fueled the lingering corruption in the country. Speaking at a one-day national policy dialogue on living wages and corruption in Nigeria, the Icpc chairman said the meeting became imperative following talks between the federal government and labor unions geared towards improving and arriving at realistic wages for public servants that can meet with current economic realities in the country.
This policy dialogue on living wages and corruption becomes necessary when we take cognizance of the fact that the public service is the vehicle through which government at all levels deliver a broad range of public goods and services to the people. Invariably, a corrupt public service inhibits the distribution and timely supply of public goods and services in equal measure to every citizen, thereby marginalizing the weaker and more vulnerable segments of the nation's population. Therefore, neglecting a fundamental causative factor like the welfare of public servants could and has indeed over time had fatal consequences on the well-being of the nation in general.
How do we think that a worker can pay his house rent? How do you think a worker can pay the children's school fee? How do you think a worker can care for, even by African standard and culture, extended family without living wage? And if you pay living wage without also considering the fact that there should be free and compulsory education from primary to university, you have not given any living wage. If you are giving a living wage without taking cognizance of the transportation situation in the country, you are not giving living wage.
If you are in a country where recruitment is not based on equity, retention of staff is not based on equity, promotion and retirement of public officials is not based on equity, the march towards a living wage becomes further.
In all parastatals, wherever you find yourself, there's no politician all over the world. Their business is they love power, they want the position to influence decisions and make money all over the world. But the state agencies control them because they are the norms. You cannot have a corrupt politician without having a corrupt public servant first, because you manage the process.
In his remarks, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, expressed optimism that the workshop will address the issues of corruption in the country and guide the federal government in creating a conducive living condition for Nigerians.
As you are all aware, poor reward system contributes in sharp practices outside of existence of greed and need-based corruptive tendencies by individuals. This further manifests in prevalence of inequalities, lack of quality services, lack of investment by organizations resulting in low economic growth and development, amongst others. It is against this backdrop that I urge all leaders of thought participating in this dialogue to utilize this opportunity to extensively deliberate on ways and means living wage issues can be handled to prevent corruption in and outside the workplaces.
Most of you, I know you are senior civil servant, you travel abroad and you see how the services are. When you come back to this country, the moment we are able to improve the minimum wage set in place, I don't think it will bring any corruption. It will make the civil servant to be corruption free. So we are in support of this new minimum wage, and we want you civil servants to try your best to support the cause.
The one-day policy dialogue, which is the 7th in the series of policy dialogues of the Icpc in collaboration with the Anti-Corruption Academy of Nigeria with support of the MacArthur Foundation, brought together policy makers, experts, socio-political think tanks and representatives from various sectors to engage in informed and constructive discussions aimed at producing a robust policy framework for living wages for workers in Nigeria. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.